Hi, have you received calls, text messages, mail, or even contracts from so-called cash buyers interested in buying your lot in Lago Vista, Leander, or anywhere in between? If you haven't yet, you probably will at some point. And if you have, you may have wondered who these people are, if they're legitimate, and whether or not their offer is fair market value. Well, they're not likely cash buyers, but practice something called wholesaling, which is legal in the state of Texas. But what might surprise you is that wholesalers don't even intend to buy your property at all. Chances are, they might not even have the cash on hand to buy it, even if they wanted to. And no, you probably won't get anywhere near to a fair market value. So what exactly are they doing? The short answer is they make lowball offers on people's properties that might sound good to a property owner who thinks the value of their land is around the tax assessed value. And once you agree on a price and you sign a contract, the wholesaler turns around and sells the contract to another person, an actual cash buyer or real estate investor, for a quick profit. Oftentimes in the tens of thousands of dollars, and the property owner may have no idea that the wholesaler sold the contract to someone else or how much money they made doing it. Now, some wholesalers might be upfront with you and tell you that they aren't cash buyers and that they intend to sell or assign the contract, but I just don't see any reason to sell a property with a wholesaler. They're in business to make money, and the only way they can do that is if you sell them your property below market value and give up your equity so they have room to make a profit. I'll share a real story in a second, but first let me give you a brief background about myself. My name is Steve Canilio. I'm a realtor with eXp Realty, a resident of Lago Vista, and I specialize in the real estate market here and surrounding areas. In the first 4 years of my real estate career, I worked for a national company that purchased houses for cash to rehab and resell. It was house flipping, just like on HGTV. My job was to acquire houses for the company, and after they were rehabbed, I would list and sell them. On occasion, we would purchase houses at a discount from wholesalers. So that is how I became familiar with wholesaling and the cash buyer industry. There are only a few good reasons I could think of to sell a house at a discount, but I can't think of a good reason to sell a lot at a discount. Earlier this year, I received a call from a woman who owned a third of an acre lot in Lago Vista, which had been in her family for decades. She said she had received numerous unsolicited calls from different people claiming to be cash buyers interested in buying her lot. She had offers ranging from $6,000 to $12,000. Each of these callers was offering to pay all closing costs, and there would be no realtor commission fees to pay. They also claimed they'd be able to close quickly and hassle-free. All of this seemingly sounded good, especially the offer at $12,000, because that was $4,000 more than the tax appraised value of the lot, which was only $8,000. But before accepting that $12,000 offer, she called me for a price opinion on her lot. After giving her my opinion of value, she decided to list her property with me. We received multiple cash offers on the first day and accepted a cash offer for $35,000, and we closed in under a week. If my client accepted that $12,000 offer from the wholesaler, as soon as she signed the contract, the wholesaler would then reach out to as many cash buyers that they know via email or Facebook on a private real estate investor page offering to assign the contract for, let's say, $27,000. It might only take an hour for that wholesaler to find a real cash buyer to buy the contract for $27,000. So now the wholesaler just made a quick $15,000, and the cash buyer just bought a lot for $8,000 under fair market value. Had my client sold to this wholesaler, she would have just given away $23,000 in her equity and would likely never have known. Those wholesalers were hoping that my client believed that she believed her property value to be the tax assessed value of $8,000. Had her lot been worth $50,000 or $100,000, she would have likely lost even more equity, and the wholesaler would have made even more money. This sounds lucrative, right? How many times do you think a wholesaler can get a property under contract in a day week, month, or year just by calling people who own vacant lots. Wholesaling is an unregulated industry, and wholesalers are not required to get a real estate license to practice. In fact, having a real estate license means that you have to abide by a canon of ethics, which would require the wholesaler to be fair and honest to the property owner about what they are doing. I want to be clear that there are honest and hardworking wholesalers out there, but you will make much more money listing with the realtor even after paying closing costs and commissions. My client netted over $30,000, and that is a heck of a lot better than 12 grand. And I have other clients who netted much more than that. I see advertisements from wholesalers assigning their interest in contracts for lots in Lago Vista, Leander, and surrounding areas nearly every day. Recently, a wholesaler who lives in North Texas was trying to advertise 9 lots he had under contract with various different owners in Lago Vista. And by the way, there are 2 types of wholesalers out there. There are the very experienced ones who know real estate and property values very well and are expert negotiators. And then there are amateurs who just got out of a 2-day workshop on how to get rich in real estate using other people's money. The latter of the two might just completely waste your time and not just your money or equity. Since I started this campaign, I've heard from a lot of you who've shared your stories about wholesalers who've contacted you from as far away as California and Florida. And a lot of them claim to have just driven by the lot and now want to make an offer. I've even heard stories of wholesalers offering high prices to sellers, and then a couple days or a week later they come back and they say that they need to lower the price for some various reason. These contracts that wholesalers are sending people are almost always unilateral contracts, meaning that the wholesaler can back out at any time for any reason. And the seller cannot do that. The seller cannot back out for any reason. They are locked in. There are many factors to take into consideration when pricing a lot, especially in the hill country. A flat property is easier and cheaper to build on, while a sloped property is expensive to build on but might provide a view. The location of the lot in the city and neighborhood affect value. How much work it will take to bring utilities to the lot affects value. There are a lot of factors to consider. So if someone is making an offer on your property who hasn't seen it, they must be making an offer low enough to where they can't lose money. The best way to protect your equity is to know the value of your property. So I offer free, no obligation property value estimates. All you have to do is reach out to me. All right, I hope you found this informative. My contact information is to follow. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Bye for now.